Andy, thank you so much for playing for us. That was unbelievable.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing the originals as well. I know it's a wee thing for you.
I know.
It's personal, isn't it?
Took about 18 takes.
We got there in the end. We got there, don't worry. We just want to talk to you about a wee bit of your musical journey and how you got started, and just tell the people how you sort of got into the music.
Well, I started playing guitar when I was 14. I saw my dad used to play up and down the country. So he'd get his guitar out and start practicing, and I remember vividly sitting there in the living room watching him playing, and I remember thinking, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I know that sounds cliche, but I actually remember thinking that. I was like, wow.
I didn't know your dad played.
Yeah.
Was he what band was it?
He was in a few bands, but I remember one of them being called, what was it? Beat Your Feet, I think it was called. They had all mad names back then. But my uncle played as well.
Oh, musical family?
So, yeah, they were in a band together years ago, and then they went to separate.
How did I not know that? You've never told me that.
Haven't I not told you?
Never told me that, ever. Too busy talking about yourself. What
No. Well, they did that. I mean, my uncle still plays, actually. Well, he stopped now, but quite late, into his his 50s now. He's still done a little band thing, you know.
Yeah. But the lead thing, that was your thing, wasn't it? You started quite late.
Yeah.
Especially with the actual career side of it, gigging.
Yeah.
That was something that came later for you. It wasn't your wee teenage dream, was it?
No. Well, I was in a duo with my best mate John from school, so we done quite well. I was his guitarist, he was the singer, and we had quite a good setup, and we were quite different to everyone else. We loved them days,
Yeah, the good old days.
You know, as it is when you get older and we're all doing our own things.
When you used to be able to do 3 gigs in a row and not kill you.
No,
and you didn't need 2 days to recover.
Yeah, 3 days. Well, my age now.
Yeah.
But then I started singing about 5 years ago, something like that. And
did you always know you could sing, or
no.
was it did you just surprise yourself?
No.
How did you not know?
Because I never really tried. I'd have a little go, and only in front of John or maybe a family member or something.
Would you
I'd have a little go.
Like your dad?
Well, my dad played guitar, he didn't sing, and he played bass as well. So John would always say, "You've got a voice. You've got a voice," and I'd be like, I wasn't strong. I didn't think I was strong enough. I just liked it the way we had it. Didn't want to start upsetting the balance or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was pushed myself to because I wasn't gigging at all.
What were you doing?
Well, I was working in Jag for DHL.
In the
factory. Yeah, so I was there doing shift work, all that lovely stuff.
And what was the golden ticket? How did you get your first gig? What was the changing point?
John had started a relationship in Switzerland, which is where we both used to go.
Okay.
So, cut a long story short, he stayed there because he had his own thing there. He was which is fair enough. And, obviously, I had Liverpool and I had my kids here, and so I was kind of starved of the gigging and the playing live scene. So I got some recording stuff. I recorded a song, and I thought I'd put it out. Now I'd never do that, but I was that hungry for it. I just wanted to see what I could do.
And did you put it out? Did you release it?
I put it out, yeah. It was a cover, Bruce Springsteen.
Gorgeous.
I'm on Fire, and loads of people were just complimenting and saying, "Wow, didn't know you could this, that, and the other." And I was like, "Wow, auto-tune or something." I didn't believe it. Honestly, I just didn't believe it. I just thought I cheated it or something.
No.
So then I went, you know what? I went to the open mics, which I believe is, if you ever want to start singing, they're the places you need to go.
I agree. 100%.
I've always believed in that.
The easiest way to get a gig in a venue, especially if they are hosting open mics, they're obviously looking for for live artists to come in and play, you know.
But even if it's to build your confidence, like everybody in there, there's no judgments. It's you're there
they're
to
so
have
supportive.
a go.
Yeah, I've never been to an open mic where I've walked in and people are snotty or people have looked down on you. It's always been such a welcoming environment, I think, because it's all musicians sitting there. You're all in the same boat, so everyone's just as nervous and like as, what's the word, like, we all feel as like naive as each other.
Yeah.
It's hard getting up on a stage, especially if it isn't something that you're used to or confident with or comfortable with. It can be so intimidating. So to get up there and maybe share an original song with like your own thoughts and feelings or even maybe a story about your life, it's really scary.
It is.
But they make you feel so comfortable because they're going through it as well.
The hardest part is just getting up there and doing it.
Once you start, you love it, don't you?
And then you don't want to.
You don't want to get off. Yeah, that's the way it always is.
But everyone always claps. Everyone always gives you that backing, like as a little well done. You know.
Absolutely.
And I think that's important.
Yeah.
And I always tell anyone that, what's your advice for me to start? I always say open mic.
Open mics and business cards.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with business cards.
No.
So when it comes to like gigging, how long have you been doing this full time? Because it's your full time job now, isn't it?
Yeah. So I left my other job for other reasons, and when I was doing the open mic, I got work from it.
Yeah.
Someone said, "Have you got a 2-hour set?" And I was like, "No." I've got like 5 songs. I can make it last 2 hours if you want.
Can repeat it for you though.
Yeah. But I went home and I got some songs together, some songs that me and John used to play together, sort of put them in because I knew them, and we had our own style. And then I remember my first gig, proper gig, I think was in the Flatiron. That's my local.
Right.
So
that's scary.
Yeah.
See, I'd rather do my first gig somewhere where no one knows me.
No, I didn't think about it, did I? But I done it, and it was okay. It was okay. And
well, you're still here, so it must have been better than okay.
I've just grew and worked out what I need to do and what I'm always listening as well. I'm always listening for the sound and how I can adjust, and just gone from there.
And we obviously, for anyone watching, me and Andy are actually friends, but we use each other a lot for ideas and bounce each other's ideas off each other and send each other songs and stuff.
Yeah.
Because having an extra set of ears on a piece is so helpful, especially when you are a solo artist.
Definitely.
Isn't it?
You need
so
that.
Different?
You need someone else. You need that other opinion, but you need them to be honest as well.
Yeah, and
you need someone to go,
it's hard to
listen,
find someone that will be.
Yeah. Or they'll just tell you what you want to hear.
Or it's hard to find someone who'll be honest with you that knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know a million people that would be honest with me but not have a musical intelligence cell in their brain.
Absolutely, because I get people who aren't doing what we do and they're trying to tell me what I need to do.
Oh, you know
and I'm like,
you need to be doing that, you need to be doing this. I'm like, you need to stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Sit back down.
Whoa. Indicators like no. And I'm like
did I black out? Did I ask you for career advice there, or what happened?
I appreciate what they're doing, like, but these they just don't understand, and it's not only that, it's the headlock you for 20 minutes telling you how to do this thing,
and they're 11 pints deep.
Yeah, 11 pints deep. Yeah,
you know.
And I'm like, oh.
It's the worst. You're like, I appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. So don't do that to me, anyone. I can't stand
on the phone. I have to walk.
No. I honestly, even when someone's like, oh, do you know what would be really good if you started doing this in your gigs? I'm like, I forgot you were a musician.
Yeah.
I forgot that. I can't stand it. If they're a musician, fully take it on board. But if it's like a punter, random in the bar, like, and 9 times out of 10, it's a male, 60 or above, telling you, you know what, love, you should be doing this, you should be doing that.
They listen to cassettes and tapes and CDs and vinyls, so they know what they're talking about.
I know, they do, because they've had all the musical training and all, like, it's just...
I just say
Aye,
just go, yeah.
For an easy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when they're 11 pints deep though, and I'm just like, yeah.
the pros.
Yeah, I just go, I'm going to the toilet here, be back in a wee second, and then get off. That's what I do.
Exit.
What's any favourite gig stories or memories that you have? Can be funny or not funny.
It's not really funny, but it's one that I always talk about with John. It's probably because it was our first ever official gig. I think we were like 16 or 17. And you had to be 18 to play. And now there was a place in town called Quiggins, right?
Must have been before my time.
It was, yeah. And it was like the hub of, I don't know, culture if you want. The skaters go there, the goths would go there, and you'd have like vinyl record shop and all kinds in there. And then you had the Brook Cafe, it was called, which was a bar up on the top level, and you had an island in the middle, which was the bar, and then all seats, and then a little stage. They had like just junk hanging from the ceiling, like old bikes, tricycles, and accordions, and just mad random stuff. And it was all candlelit. It was just a great place.
Oh,
it was a great place. Like, we loved it.
Baby.
So that was our first gig. There was a guy there who used to put little nights on. So we asked if we could go on. He's like, yeah, okay, this date. So I was in college at the time, and I came home. I was on my way home that day on the train. I'll keep a long story short, the train got delayed halfway home. I had to stop, and I was like, you know, when your first gig and your head's falling off.
Yeah, and you're worrying, you're panicking about everything.
Yeah, and I was panicking, like proper rolling off down the aisle. So we kept getting phone calls, and then the signal was going, and it was getting right up to where we had to be on. So John's dad bombed it in the car. It was on the other side of town, so he bombed the car all the way to Lime Street. So I'm running out of Lime Street like this. Must have been like 10 minutes till we were on.
Aww.
And he hears him like beeping his car outside. So I'm like running, jumping over this fence, got in the car, we bombed it there. Got all the way up the stairs, up into the room. He said, we've got another act on now before, to give you a bit of time. So I'm sat there puffing and panting, my stomach's butterflying, doing all kinds of backflips. He's like, go on, we're on now. But I always remember that because it was to remember your first gig and the butterflies you used to get, and it's a special thing, I think.
Yeah.
And my one, I thought, was just quite funny. Like, I was almost late for my first gig, you know what I mean?
And then you got there and he went, hey, chill, you've got time.
All the stress.
You've got time.
Yeah. And it was great.
Do you know what? It's such like a little reminder of everything works out. Like, never worry.
Yeah.
Everything works out the way it's supposed to.
It's hard not to worry.
It's hard not to.
It's dead hard not to worry, but you're right. It's like everything works out in the end.
Yeah, it really does.
We beat ourselves
and you're still
up.
here, and you're still gigging, so
Yeah.
it's like,
I know.
you can't ask for anything more than that. But yeah, you mentioned college there. I was going to ask you about this. So did you do college instead of A-levels?
Yeah, so I went to it was AS level.
Yeah.
So I went in to do, at the time, I was I was good at my art type thing. I was creative.
Was education like important to you? Like, was school something that you were like, oh, I really want this?
They push on you, don't they? Like, what do you want to do? Where you want to go? Are you going to go to sixth form, college? Like, what are you going to... And I was like, I don't know. So you don't know, do you, really?
You don't, like, what 16-year-old is like...
Yeah.
It's very, very rare that you find someone that knows what they want to do at 16.
Exactly.
For the rest of their life.
I did want to be a graphic designer because I was like to make things.
In the art and stuff.
Yeah, in the art department. So I went and done art and design, AS level, in Roby College. It's not there anymore.
No. Did you enjoy college?
Loved it.
Yeah, I loved college.
Loved it. I was the naughty one, no, like...
I was actually really good in college. I loved it so much.
I wasn't.
Oh, well, I mean...
I was just having a laugh all the time. And
I was having a laugh, but I was a really good student.
I did well, but they were like, Andy, like, you can do this, this, this and this, but you're a divvy.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean?
They weren't lying, you know.
Yeah.
But I think for me, like, I hated school. So when I got to college, I loved my lessons. I thought like school was so like black and white, sit down, learn this. Whereas when we went to college, it was like stages and scripts and studios, and it was like dance, drama, music. It was just all the things that I loved to do, and all the people that were there genuinely wanted to be there and wanted to be doing the same things.
Yeah.
So it was just so refreshing. So it was the first time for me that I actually enjoyed education.
Yeah.
And I had no intention of going to university ever until I got my results from college, and I ended up getting like the equivalent of like 2 A stars and an A, and I didn't have any plans to do anything with them.
It's mad, isn't it?
And my tutors were like, "Are you okay? Like, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm just going to be a singer. I'm just going to go and be me." Like, they're like, "No, I don't think it works that way, hon." Like, no. So they were the ones that sat down, done UCAS with me, helped me write a personal statement. They obviously give me a banging personal statement from them, because your tutors have to write one as well as yourself.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting like an unconditional offer for performing arts for Hope over here. And 8 years later, I'm still here.
That's amazing.
Thanks. I don't even have a GCSE maths. Like, I'm 27 with
I don't even know if I've...
no GCSE maths, but
I've got GCSEs
I have got a
somewhere.
degree.
Yeah, but you don't need GCSEs really. You do, but it's one of them, isn't it? Like,
To an extent, of course.
To an
Of course,
extent.
everyone needs GCSEs.
Yeah, if you want
children, if you're watching.
Yes,
everyone needs
children.
GCSEs because you're GCSEs.
yes, kids, you
But
don't need them.
I don't think a degree is necessary to do our job. Like, even though I was taught how to be on stage and it was all about music and stuff, yes, it was helpful, and yes, it got me to this country and it got me to this place where I started gigging, but it wasn't necessary. The actual education part of it wasn't necessary. What I learned in college was far greater than what I learned in university.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think in college you're not a number in college, you're a person.
Yeah.
And they care about you, and they want to find your strengths and your weaknesses, and they want to push you to the best of your abilities. Whereas in uni, it's a paycheck to them. You're just showing up, you're a number in a class, you know?
Yeah,
you're a seat in a lecture.
Like a conveyor belt type thing.
Yeah. It doesn't feel as human or personal.
Yeah. No, I get that. Because I love college. I'm saying I was bad, and I wasn't bad. I mess about a lot, but I did
Class
love
clown.
it. Yeah, there was a lot of freedom to an extent where you
That's
go
what I
out
liked about it, yeah.
to get your content, and this isn't like you're stuck in the classroom. We need you to go and do this.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, can I go here again? You do what you need to do. So I love that.
Even the difference in being in school and having to wear a uniform, having to put your hand up and ask to go to the bathroom, to the freedom of going to college, wearing your own clothes. If you don't come in, they're not going to shout at you. It's you that suffers. It's you that gets behind. Yeah. If you don't do your work, no one's on your back. It's up to you to grow up and be responsible and go, shit, I need to do my work here.
It is, yeah.
You know, so I think college is
an
really,
introduction to adulthood.
I think it's so helpful, for sure. More helpful than uni. Uni made me just party, rather than me learn anything. It taught me how to party. That's what I learned at uni. Learned how to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you some of the wee questions off the book here. Oh, these are some fun ones, actually. Any musical guilty pleasures?
Musical guilty pleasures?
Like something that you hate to love, that you hate yourself for loving. You best not be a Swiftie, I swear to God.
No, not that far.
Friendship.
That's a good. Do you know what? Right, bear with me now, right? I hate One Direction.
Okay.
That's all right. That was a little bit strong.
That was so aggressive, Andy.
Pop and all that kind of stuff or whatever. I'm not into.
Okay.
Right. And but I do have to kind of take my hat off to this Harry Styles fella.
You're not the first person that said that for the
He's got some good songs. He's brought the songs out, and I'm sitting and I'm out and I'm going, oh,
it's a good tune.
That's a good song, that.
The album that he released, it was at Harry's house. Cracking.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
So I think he, yeah.
But I genuinely do think he's a good artist. I said this to the last guy that said Harry Styles. I don't think that's a guilty pleasure. You should not feel guilty about it.
No.
Live your truth, live your Harry fantasy.
No. Yeah, I don't know. And it's just, it was the whole band thing and no, the
boy
X Factor,
band,
Hoo-Ha, or whatever
yeah,
it was.
I get it. Would you ever try like an X Factor or The Voice, or
No.
what's your opinion on those types of shows?
I think they're, me personally, I think it's just manufactured. I think they chew you up and spit you out. They treat the, I just, no.
I agree.
I think them times are past, to be honest.
At one point, like Saturday night was all about like what's on the TV, like Britain's Got Talent, X Factor, whatever which show was on. It was massive. And those people were so famous. Like, look at Girls Aloud. They came from like Pop Stars, The Rivals, that was on. It was X Factor before it was X Factor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was just a slightly different setup. But the people that would come from X Factor, like One Direction, there you go. Like, they're global superstars, but now it's TikTok.
It's weird, yeah. Yeah,
It's TikTok. It's
TikTok,
the people are the judges now.
Yeah. That's
Which,
good shouts, actually. It's,
I don't know which is better.
it's so fake to me.
Yeah.
Everything is so like, and then the sad song comes on, and then
And a backstory.
yeah,
A sob story.
we all know they have 4 auditions before they get to that anyway.
Yeah, I know. And it's like when you do like those shows, and when you have been involved and you realise how fake it actually is,
Yeah.
because you're told what to sing, what to wear. You're there for 3 days in a row filming, but you have to wear the same clothes and same makeup for continuity purposes and stuff, so it is proper fake.
Yeah.
But before I let you go, do you want to let everyone know what you've got coming up, what you've been doing, like with the LFC stuff, what releases you have coming out, any big gigs that you want to promote, push?
Yeah, on the LFC side of things, I'm doing a festival.
Where's that? When's that?
This is one I done in Norway last year. It's a Liverpool festival. They get Liverpool legends in and bands.
Class.
It's great. It's a great weekend. It's really good.
Are you there for the whole weekend as well?
Yeah, I'm there for the whole weekend.
Sick.
So we're doing that 1st of August to the 3rd. And then I'm doing, a week later, I'm going back. I'm doing another mini festival somewhere.
It's in Norway.
Yeah.
The Norwegians love the LFC fans, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're always over there.
Yeah.
Love that.
And then I've just been in touch with the OL, the official Liverpool supporters club, Toronto.
Amazing.
We're in the middle of booking me to go over there in September.
Do you need a personal assistant?
Yeah, everyone's lining up. I'll take your bags and all that.
Yeah.
But that's for 3 days, that though. But they're great. They've been over to see me, and
That's amazing.
They've given me a lot of attention, you know what I mean, and messages, and they're very supportive of what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
it'd be nice to go over there and
Absolutely. Well, listen, Andy, thank you so much for coming and playing for us today, and thank you so much for sitting chatting to me as well.
Yeah, nice one. Thanks for having me.
Good luck with everything, with the LFC and stuff. You're absolutely smashing it.
Appreciate
and
it.
it's so good to see.
I really appreciate it. Thanks, Nat.